How do we take this FliteTest glider and make it into the ultimate fun RC plane? So what we're going to do is we're going to take our polyurethane oil base, not the water base, oil base, and we're going to make this into a little stronger airplane. Right now we've been using the foam and pulling the papers off. If you keep the paper on the plane on the outside, when you go to bend it, it gets a nice smooth corner. And then we'll reinforce this with the polyurethane to make it stronger. So we got the basic frame of the monowing assembled, and we're weighing in at approximately 15 grams. But FliteTest has these little ailerons already cut out, and it's just screaming for me to do something with them. So this is what I did. We're going to shave off a 45-degree angle right here so we can get full throw on our aileron. So now we've cut our angle at 45 degrees. So now when we attach it with our tape, we can have full throw of our ailerons. So we used our tape hinge on the top here, and then we're going to use a little trick from FliteTest. Just take your glue gun and we're going to come around the bottom here, our piece of cardboard, and we have a reinforced hinge. Put the aileron control arms. We toyed with a number of ideas. First, we were going to use a control rod and have it bend here, but it just didn't work. As much as I tried, the control rod bending was just a horrible idea. It caused too much friction, and it just didn't work. So now we're going to go with a bell horn, and originally I was going to put it right here, but A, that looks ugly, and B, I just thought that would just cause more interference. So what we're going to do is that we're going to put it underneath the paper here. We're going to carve out the section, and then we're just going to take the paper on top and cover it, and that way it looks pretty and it's more aerodynamic. So we've cut out the section here in our airfoil wing, and we're going to put the control horn inside here, and then we're going to put paper back on top, and no one will even see it. So when we attached the ailerons, we had used the original holes here, and there's just way too much slop. That'll cause aileron flutter. So what we're going to do is we're going to re-drill the holes here to smaller holes, and that way we will have. And I was able to go to our handy dandy Ace Hardware and get our Irwin drill bit. And so we'll just use our little handy Dremel drill, and then we'll re-drill the holes. We saw this on the FliteTest projects page using bamboo skewers, outriggers on airplanes. The neat part about this whole bag was $2.99. So I think we have a lifetime supply of skewers here. So we're going to pull a couple out and see what the old weight factor is. 2 skewers is 3 grams. A couple of items I want to address here with this, as I call it, the plank on steroids, beside with the elevator and the separate rudder. Because again, the rudder was in the original design, so that's why we just added on the elevator. And that's actually from a FliteTest design, a couple of years back in their archives that I saw with these little bamboo sticks that I thought were really cool. But the big thing I wanted to address is the airfoil. I decided to add the Klein Fogelman airfoil to this after seeing a FliteTest video saying how good the airfoils are. If we check over by Wikipedia, we find that the Klein Fogelman airfoil is a real thing. It was developed for paper airplanes in the 1960s, and then they actually have 2 patents. and they actually have a number of different designs, which we'll go in a second. But the cool part of it is that you were able to actually make a paper airplane that says here, fly over 400 feet. So which I thought was pretty amazing. One of the drawbacks of using this airfoil for real aircraft is a poor lift to drag ratio performance. But on model crafts, and especially since ours are basically flying boards here, what I'm trying to do here is try to achieve a little extra lift capability, because we do have some extra wing loading on this. And so if we have better width, as opposed to just using a high alpha to get to our lift, we can actually use the airfoil. In this case, we are using the KF M3 airfoil. So we have 1, 2, 3. So if it's the same airfoils that we have here on our board, and we'll see how it works as far as flying goes. So I'm expecting a little better airfoil, and then I have the rounded edges in the front to make it look cool, and everything else work fine. So that's the end of our build section on the plank on steroids. I'm really excited to take off and see what happens here. We also have these cool add-on ailerons, which we made a whole nother video on, and how we did the programming on this. So, you know, when you turn your light switch on here, the 3.5 channel turns the lights on and turns on the ailerons. So it actually makes it as a flight command, and then you turn the lights off and it comes down. But that's another video. From all of us here at You Made That Fly, keep flying, my friends. Woo, this is going to be cool. Hit the promo.